this talk, I have some data on coronavirus impact. That my first slide. Then we're going to tie it all in into how you can help your clients by being more proactive and really stand out from the crowd by offering them better customer service quickly when they need it. Your clients are worried. Merchants are also feeling the pressure, and it's just a continuous effect. So let's start at the base. Let's reassure everybody, give a big round of love to your neighbor every time you can.
Yeah,
you want
absolutely.
me to jump into it, share a little bit? I'll go share my screen. Perfect. Jump into it. So here's the month in coronavirus among large samples of account that we have. So, and obviously the last day of data doesn't mean anything because we're halfway through the day.
Yeah.
But like the last 5-6 days is really where people are starting to feel the crunch, and it's feeling on the majority, like you can feel it on the majority of accounts. So those are the total sales that a large samples of accounts have. What we're seeing is health and supplements, definitely a little bit on the uptick with subscription behind that. Household items, also on the uptake. Anything to furnish your home office, anything to entertain your kids, on the uptake. On the downside of it, beauty, fashion, anything that like is really a kind of luxury is decreasing. And where are those sales going? Well, already before coronavirus, Amazon was over 50% of all e-commerce sales in the US. So that's huge. And now you've all seen the news that they are keeping non-essential products from going to their warehouses. So if you're relying heavily on Amazon, I've already seen the graphs from merchants. There are some dips happening. Let us know in the chat, like if you guys are on Amazon, like what's the trends that you're seeing? Are your sales consistent? Are you considered an essential product? Are you change category? But basically, Amazon now only cares about a subset of its merchants. And that was before, like this screenshot is other tricks that Amazon, have to in some way abuse their merchants. Here you see a sponsored link. So somebody is paying for having their supplements promoted within the Amazon platform, and then boom, you land on the paid product page, and Amazon hijacks that listing with their own listing, and they're offering you a similar product at a lower price. So they're redirecting that traffic that you paid for. So that's the reality. But now is the time to work on your brand and work on that experience outside of Amazon, and not to be over relying on that service. And how do you build that brand? It's really about the customer experience and the story around that brand. The story right now might be a little bit mudded across like all the news cycles that are happening, but the customer experience stays as important as ever. And what is it? It's really the product quality and the design that you're pushing into your product. The operations and the logistics, how fast can you get your products delivered? If right now your third-party logistics or your own fulfillment is experiencing some delays, make sure to update those facts on your website. And finally, customer service. So let's talk a little bit more about this one. So 79% of online shoppers said they would take their business to a competitor within a week after experiencing poor customer service. That really doesn't leave you a second chance at taking good care of your customers. But a lot of CEOs see customer service as a cost center. It's not something that they find ways to generate sales through. So today we're going to explore a little bit more about transforming your customer service from a cost center into a profit generator. So there's really three ways that we can go about it. First of all, you want to optimize your customer support. So make sure that all your frequently asked questions are answered as fast as possible with accurate data. Then Right now, you want to be on all your communication channel. You want to control your brand message and your story on all of these channels. People are going to ask questions on Facebook comments. They're going to reply to your SMS campaign more to be reassured that you're shipping and that you're online and so on. They're going to ask you those questions, and you need to be able to monitor everything on all channels. And finally, you want to monetize your customer interactions through chat and other channels that are considered pre-sales. This is how most of your customer service team look like, especially around Black Friday, before busy seasons. They're doing the same thing over and over again. And really, there's nowhere in sight into the amount of requests that they're getting. And maybe for some of you, it's the same thing right now with worried customers about if they're going to get their package and so on. But if we take a step back, we realize that 25% of all tickets can be answered in only one message. And 30% of those inquiries are about where's my order, so the order status, and another 30% about returns and exchange. So there's a lot of room for optimization there. So how do we approach that at Gorgias? For example, here, what you're seeing on screen is a canned response that's proposed automatically on somebody that's asking, where's my order? And then in one click, all of the Shopify data points are included in the canned response, but not only Shopify data points. When you're replying to a client about something as common as where's my order, it's a great moment, for example, to remind your clients about how many points they have in their loyalty program and where they can go to redeem those points. So it's going to give them a discount, for example, on their next order, or maybe they even have enough points for a free product. So it's a great way to drive traffic to a program that sometimes feels like it's hard to monetize. Use every opportunity that you have to transform, post-sale kind of basic questions into actual opportunities to sell a little bit more. And then you want to make sure that you're automating as much as possible your customer support on especially those very frequent questions, such as where's my order. So what's possible to do in a handful of softwares like Gorgias is that you can use machine learning in order to reply automatically, providing your clients with Shopify data points. So this gets a little bit technical. Basically, in this case here, a message intent is about where's my order, and the order is in transit. So then we're replying, if somebody asks you that, we're replying automatically to that client about their order being in transit, providing them their order number, where it's going, the date that it shipped out, the tracking number, and the tracking URL. All of that first layer of customer service can be automated. And I urge you, like, if right now you felt like those were the projects that you didn't have time to implement before, like now that there's might be a little bit of a slowdown, it's the time to implement those deep process improvements that's going to have an impact in Q4. Let's talk about chatting and monetizing, opening all your communication channel. Right now, still today, we are seeing that 74% of all the customer and merchants conversation are happening through email. About 12% on chat, 7% on Messenger, and only 6% on Facebook comments. There's a huge opportunity to engage more with your clients on Facebook comments. For example, so I am sure that a lot of you guys will relate. If you're very good at creating those engaging Facebook ads, a lot of people are on your ads right now saying like that they need this product, they're tagging their friend, they're saying that they should get it and how amazing it is. But where's the brand on those interactions? Like, this is a pure opportunity for you to engage with like people that are really hardcore about loving and promoting your brand and incentivizing them toward your website. So make sure that you have in place a system to monitor everything that is happening on your Facebook page and segregate all of these positive interactions. Also, Shoma talked a little bit about, not a little bit, he talked a lot about messenger bots from click to messenger ads. But what happens every time that you have somebody clicking on a click to messenger ads, and let's say you have a help desk in the back end, or just you're trying to engage with your clients on Messenger and stay on top of real inquiries, every time it creates a new ticket or it creates a new conversation. So it's really hard to stay on top of bot conversations versus real user generated conversations. So one good thing about Gorgeous is that we're using the Facebook handover protocol to make sure that only the user generated conversations create a ticket in your backend. So everything that's only a bot message, it gets discarded and you don't need to look at it. So that saves a lot of time if you're doing click to messenger ads that are scaling really well. And finally, SMS is an amazing channel. So I guess almost everybody now has been using SMS. If you want, you can leave in the comments which SMS provider or SMS app you're using. And what do you think about these? There's a couple out there that are doing a really, really nice job. For example, like we ran a test with one of those apps not too long ago with a merchant called 310 Nutrition, and we were creating interactions. We were sending out messages basically as an abandoned cart flow that was asking, hey, what are your health goals? So instead of going the normal path of, hey, here's like 5% off as your abandoned cart, as you had abandoned a cart, so please come back see us. They were like, as the first message, they were like, hey, what are your health goals? You came on our website, you added some products. Let us know how we can help you, and we'll help you find the right product for you. And then people really started engaging, replying like very personal things like, hey, I want to lose weight, like get back to a certain point where I was before in my life, and so on. And those conversations were really great for building that community. And then it doesn't feel as invasive on the SMS channel than if you're just pushing basic remarketing messages and abandoned cart sequences offering a discounts. So I really suggest that if you're using SMS today, try switching a little bit your messaging in order to create those conversations. Monetizing the conversations online, how can you transform, beyond that, those conversations into actual sales? So we saw those Facebook comments where people were really engaged on the ads, and they were saying things like, I want it, I need it, you should get it, and so on. So for example, in the case that you're seeing now, so there's Kim that's tagging a friend. Her friend is saying that she wants it, and then then Kim is coming back and yes, acknowledging how great that is, and then the brand is coming in and they're having like a small quirky message with a discount code in order to incentivize them to visit the website right now and purchase. So we ran a test and we realized that when a brand was systematically replying with an offer on a positive message, such as the one that you're seeing at, they were able to increase their sales by 5% of their ad spend. So that's huge. If you're just spending hundreds or thousands of dollars a day on Facebook, you want to use all of those mechanisms to make sure that you're getting the most out of your ad spend. Basically, what's happening with this reply is that both Kim and Teresa are getting a notification in their Facebook account telling them that the brand replied to them. So that's really powerful. And then they're being brought back to the ad as free remarketing, literally. Make sure that you're engaging with everybody on your ads, especially the one giving you love. And also building chat campaigns are another great way to monetize your customer conversations. So on the homepage, for example, if somebody visits your site for the first time, like how are you welcoming them? Imagine yourself as the owner of a retail shop and somebody is walking in. So you're the owner, the best employee in the shop. Somebody walks in your shop. What are you telling them? You want to welcome them to your store, tell them maybe about some new arrivals that are somewhere in a corner, maybe about special store-wide promotion that's happening for Valentine's Day or Mother's Day and so on, then you don't want to bug them too much beyond that. You want to let them discover, but they are aware that you're there and that you exist. But then if they're on a collection page, if they're looking at a specific product, then it's a great moment to re-engage with them. It's like, hey, I see that you're looking at the woman's shoes. I'm your fashion specialist. Let me know if you need help finding the right size. Usually women go half a size up. So then you can give them specific offers. You can tell them about why people usually buy a certain product or not, and really create objection busting statement. So make them comfortable in purchasing from your website. And then if they move on to the cart page, acknowledge that they're doing the right thing with the product that they're choosing. But again, make yourself available if they didn't find everything that they were looking for today. What's the first, pretty much the only thing anybody asks you if you're reaching a checkout in a retail store? It's like, hey, did you find everything that you were looking for today? And we know it can be hard to navigate e-com websites. So why don't you have such a positive and easy message on your cart page through chat? And you can put timers as well with offers that if they spend too much time on the cart page, then they get potentially a free shipping offer or something similar. And why is it so important to create those engagement opportunities everywhere? It's because we see that merchants who have a lot of pre-engagement opportunities and talk to their clients or prospective clients fast, increase their conversion rate significantly. What you're looking at on the screen right now is a dashboard within Gorgeous, where a merchant on October 2nd on chat had 186 pre-sale inquiry in one day. 87 of them converted into actual sales within 7 days after talking to customer service. So that's 46% of everybody on that chatted with customer service that purchased within a week. That's huge. And it impacted $12,000 in sales that day. And then they even have the breakdown of which customer service agent drove those sales. It's fantastic because then they can incentivize their rep to be more proactive into helping their clients closing deals rather than answering to where's my order all day, since we automate that. So just as a quick recap, really the 3 steps to offer next level customer service experiences on your website is first to optimize your most frequently asked questions and make sure that this is automated as possible. Then it's to enable all channels possible and be available to communicate with your clients via SMS, Facebook comments, and stay on top of your messenger queue. And finally, monetizing those customer interactions with messaging that incentivize your clients to visit and purchase from your website. And finally, with messaging that helps your clients engage on your website through their journey when it's relevant. And the brands that we've seen implementing this 3-step process, have experienced 30% efficiency gain. So that means that they can, more often than not, reduce the size of their customer service team. Then they see a small improvement in ROAS because their CPM are a little bit cheaper because they have higher engagement on their ads. And finally, they increase their conversion rate of their websites with chat. And as a small nota bene on the increased conversion rate, it's especially strong and true for higher ticket items or items that might need like clothing, for example, where people are not sure about the sizing. So if you need a little bit more hand holding in your purchasing process, that's where that tactics really works well. Don't hesitate to reach out to me if you have any question around customer experience in general, or about the ecosystem or the trends that we're seeing right now in those a little bit more extraordinary time. So don't hesitate to drop a note. We're here to help you guys. And if ever you wanted to get started for free, just come have a Corona with us. We're going to give you 2 months, 2 months free and an onboarding really quickly, so that you guys can step up your customer experience during that slightly slower time. Hopefully, it will be resolved soon. So, guys, stay home, be safe, and make sure to take care of your family and community around you. Buy local and don't buy on Amazon if possible.
Awesome, Phil. Thank you so much. If you are using, I told people earlier, if you're using Zendesk, you got to take a look at Gorgeous, because it's a step up. Obviously, it's kind of a tricky time, but if we're looking at, a lot of things pulling back, great time to put in systems and processes, understand strategy. How can you improve things, working on your margin and things like that? Well, we can't affect market demand is really what's changing the most right now. We can change some of our own internal fundamentals and improve maybe that supply chain or experience, or putting our brand on TikTok as another example.
Yeah, seriously, I would test that. But yeah, guys, test it out. Like, improve your processes. There's a question here: does Gorgeous integrate only with Zendesk? I mean, we replace Zendesk and Freshdesk.
Yeah,
so we're